Hello, I'm Philip Edwards, County Extension Agent in Irwin County, Georgia, and I'm excited to share this information from some trial work we've done for the past 2 years concerning peanut fungicides and its impact on leaf spot and white mold. Irwin County is a large agricultural county, and we have lots of peanut acres, a lot of cotton acres, corn, poultry, timber, pasture, cattle, small grains, pecans, fruits, and that being a lot of muscadines, soybeans, vegetables, and tobacco. Our county extension office serves a farming population of about 250 farmers, and we do that in various methods and means through social media and through production meetings where we have a specific disease meeting for our row crops. And one of those that participate in that, Dr. Bob Kimwright, comes every year to present information to our farmers based on peanut fungicide use and also other crops as well, the disease issues affecting those. This project was a collaborative effort between area agents and specialist Dr. Kimwright and Dr. Albert Culbreth, as well as two interns that we had. We had an intern last year in 2021 and an intern in 2020, and they both were an important part of this fungicide trial, and it was a good eye-opener for them to see what on-farm applied research looks like, and I appreciate their participation, as well as the specialists and the agents and all that have, and the farmer cooperator who's been involved with this project. So our farmers are very good peanut farmers, and they do a good job, and they're very conscious of price and product effectiveness. And so the number one thing that they're looking for at the end of the day is disease management for white mold and leaf spot, two big concerns that we have among the many other concerns that farmers face and growing a crop. The cost of these fungicides is an important aspect as well. Fungicide costs range from tolerable to very expensive. So those considerations come into play, and a lot of it has to do with their rotation and their program and the spraying equipment, and so many other factors come into play, not just the selection of a particular fungicide for their use. So, but like I think I said earlier, white mold and leaf spot are big limiting factors to overall production, efficiency, productivity, quality, and grade. So what did we do here? This was a 2-year study. So we had two separate field sites that were used by the same farmer in two different locations, but the row pattern stayed the same, and the rotation was basically the same, where they had peanuts, and then they had 2 years of a rye and cotton rotation, and then they came back with peanuts. This is a typical rotation for our farmers. In our county, we have some that have 4-year rotations, a lot with 3, most with 2, and we have some that plant peanuts behind peanuts. And so each of these, the better the rotation, the better impact you have on some of your disease pressure. But this is a typical methodology that farmers use. So 2 years of another crop and then back to peanuts. And so this trial really kind of covered all the bases as far as what's commonly done here in the county. The peanuts were planted back in mid-May, and harvested toward late October. The peanuts were covered 12 rows, and they were planted with a 4-row planter. So what we did was the drive metal was not used in the harvest process. We used the 4 rows on either side of the 4 rows in the middle where the tractor drove to harvest, sort of take that portion that's driven over out of the equation. So the yields were very good, and they were rated for leaf spot the day prior to inverting, and then the day after they got inverted, they were rated for white mold. And this was done both years exactly at the same time frame of the growing season. So they were measured, harvested, weighed, and recorded, and then grade samples were submitted for each treatment. Looking on the chart, you can see the 4 different programs that we used, and they sort of range in popularity with our farmers, but these are pretty common. There are multiple other options that farmers can use as well. But you can look down the list and see the leaf spot and rust using the 1 to 10 Florida scale for 2020, and then also 2021. And you can see the white mold hits per 200 foot a row in 2020 and 2021, and these are standard. These are all combined from each of the replicated trials. There was 3 replications that we used each year for this trial, and you see the grades were similar, and the yields you can see that well on the chart too. So we did everything we went out what we wanted to accomplish. We took a look at these 4 products. 3 of these products are some of our opportunities that farmers have to use the fungicide, and the one at the bottom, that's the farmer's treatment. So we were able to see what he does on all his acres and compare that to these other options that are available. So we looked at the yield differences based on the program studied, and also the incidence of white mold and leaf spot, as you can see in the chart. I have a few pictures here of the products that we used. The microthiol disperse is in the upper picture there to the right, and those are my interns from both years. And so you see Dr. Kimwright rating for leaf spot and also white mold, and then us working together with other agents to get the yield data collected. So at the end of the day, the results are farmers can compare the effectiveness of these programs. It can help them in their decision-making process as it relates to leaf spot and soil-borne white mold issues. So the interesting, most impactful thing, next couple things, is that farmers can substitute sulfur for Echo at a pint per acre while slightly improving leaf spot control and maintaining yield. This 2-year study has been shown that there are specific formulations of sulfur that are effective in disease management programs, and we use the one that's effective, but they can also reduce production costs and provide additional tools for management of fungicide resistance. Bravo has been a mainstay, or chlorothalonil, excuse me, has been a mainstay for many years, and so and sulfur was used a long time ago for different reasons as a help with fungicides, but we've kind of gotten away from that in more recent years, and so it's interesting that we're starting to take a look at the sulfur addition into these fungicide programs. I appreciate you listening, and I hope you gained some information from this talk on this treatment and study that we did here in Irwin County, Georgia. Thank you.